Well, as my friend said, that's about 2 hours of my life I'm never going to get back. Why, hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is my Supergirl 2026 version. Spoiler review, so without further ado, let's discuss. Alright. So in today's video, this is not a breakdown of the film itself. This is just my thoughts on how I feel about it. And also, brief side note, housekeeping. Click the card up there to watch me and my friend talk about for like 20, almost 28, almost 30 minutes of this movie and DC and how we feel about these superhero film compared to other superhero films in general. So be sure to check that out. We've talked about like making a tier list once Avengers Doomsday comes out, and yeah, just, you know, we're so excited for that. We're talking about like him being on more videos with me, like trying to start a podcast together. So that'll be super duper fun. Him and I have a lot of similar movie takes, really good opinions. We disagree on stuff, but we also like have fun about it. And you know, if you see my friend Michael, he's my best friend. Then Alex, this guy, we have great similar superhero tastes and other takes in movies, like sci-fi. Like, we love Project Hail Mary. It's the best film this year. So, that said, Supergirl. I really didn't like this movie. Really didn't like it. I think it's... I feel like it's just on the mid bar. But there's stuff about it that made me really go, like, whoa. And I have to tell you, the trailers did nothing for me, right? Because the song Call Me... my main problem with this movie is the soundtrack. A soundtrack really makes a movie. If you guys don't know me too well, I'm always talking about the soundtrack of a movie. And it's just like... The movie went through 3 different composers, and I'm like, yeah, I felt that. And especially at the end, where it's like... In the middle, help the right, everything, and then it's just like slow-mo, and I'm like, what are we doing? It felt a little predictable. Sure, Superman could feel predictable too, like I'm wearing a Superman shirt. David Cornsweet in this movie was the best part of Supergirl. And one of my friends, you know, said like, oh, we're trying to do like a John Wick type story with the dog, like with the sacrifice of the dog and her going on this adventure, going on this quest to save her dog. I get that. A little bit different though, because the dog's not dead. I didn't want Krypto to die. When Supergirl's on that planet with the kryptonite, with the green sun and the yellow sun with the kryptonite, I'm like, okay, so is it bad for me is it bad of me to say I want Supergirl to die in this situation? Because I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now. There's that. I don't know. I was saying to my friend afterwards, I'm like, I'd rather watch the 2 Captain Marvel movies. I'd rather watch the Miss Marvel show, Black Widow movie, or Wonder Woman. Not even Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman 1984, but you know, there's other superhero movies that are good for females. And like, remember in Wonder Woman with that theme? Where is this epic theme? In this movie, it's just so generic. It's like la 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 la. Like, I don't know why that. It's just so la 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 la. Like sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Like, it's so generic like that, and I'm like, what? So I don't know, and I don't mean to come off weird. I don't mind female composers, but I really think they went, do we need a female composer for this female movie? I don't know if that was their thought process, but I was really excited for Ramin Djawadi because he did the Eternals theme. He did the first Iron Man soundtrack. He did Eternals theme. Like, I don't know the Iron Man theme as well as the Eternals theme, but he did the Game of Thrones theme, and this movie just lacked that. And then the second composer they got was Tom Holkenborg from Junkie XL, who did the Mad Max theme and the Wonder Woman theme. That now or Hans Zimmer and Tom Holkenborg did the and I'm like, okay, this movie feels like Mad Max at the end. Krem looks terrible. Krem looks like Taserface and Pinhead and Killmonger had a baby. I don't know. Like, remember, like, Killmonger's, like, weird, bumpy skin? It looks like Taserface, Pinhead, and Killmonger had a baby, and that's the fate, that's what the image printed out. What is this? This is nothing like the red-headed swashbuckler. I could have played Krem. I could have played Krem. I have the face for it. So, I don't know, I'm a little perturbed because, like, what... It's like you look at the comic and you look at the movie and you go, one of these things is not like the other. Surprisingly so. Now you look at Civil War and you go, okay, that's not the exact same adaptation. But is it a great movie with great dialogue and this and that? Yeah. Great action, great spectacle, great dialogue, like I said. This movie... I'm trying to think of, like, I laughed out loud when Supergirl was like, oh, look, I'm bleeding. And then when she says to the one guy, okay, Squidward. But I laughed so hard because I love Squidward. I love Squidward and SpongeBob. I love the SpongeBob show. The show SpongeBob. I laughed so hard at that. But in hindsight, it's like, okay, it's just a ripoff of Infinity War, right? I don't know. Now it's not as bad as, like, saying, like, I am all the Jedi, like, ripping off I am Iron Man, snap, you know, like, it's not completely ripping off, like, anybody could say, okay, Squidward, like, he had a weird alien nose, but by the way, the alien, like I said, I would rather go back and watch the 2 Captain Marvel movies. I would rather go and watch Quantumania or Thor Love and Thunder, because I'm more of a Marvel fan. I'm so much more a Marvel fan, and this movie, or even The Incredible Hulk, guys, like, this movie, I know this is the second iteration of a film, and I'm not trying to say, like, females can't have their movie. It's fine if females like this movie. Like, I love Turning Red, and a lot of people hate that. But this is at 57% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not even, like, trying to be like, yeah, it's super positive. It's not even like Disclosure Day. Like, I like this worse than Disclosure Day, I guess. And I had my issues with Disclosure Day. I mean, I don't know, that's a little harsh to say I like this less. I think there are things in this Supergirl movie that I did try to like some of the action scenes that look cool, like futuristic. But as your second outing, where is Batman? Where is Wonder Woman? This writer who did this should not make Wonder Woman. Also, they should have ended this with a tease for Brainiac. There's no end credit scenes. They should have had a tease for Brainiac if you're trying to set him up. If they are, I think they did a terrible job. Lobo doesn't ride a dolphin. Me and my friend Alex were like, where's not Deadpool, Lobo riding a dolphin? Not only where's Batman, why are we not doing, this is my other complaint with this DC Universe, where James Gunn is like, yeah, we're not going to have any of the shows tie in, total bull crap, because Peacemaker, you literally set up the end where you're going to have to watch that to understand more things in the future. And not only that, in Lanterns, they're going to be swearing, like, they're going to be swearing because it's an HBO Max show. And then they're not going to be swearing in the movies. And you're like, how did these guys get there? Well, you got to watch the show. And then it's going to be this true crime show that isn't even going to be like a space. I don't know yet. I haven't seen it. But it's not going to be as like an epic. Why is it not a movie? Why is it not a movie? Why are we getting Booster Gold, which is a character I really love and want to see, a TV show and not a movie? Like, and we're getting a Jimmy Olsen show. I think this universe is not doing so hot here. I don't want to be one of these ninnies that's like, it's doomed to fail. I'm not using the words, it's doomed to fail. I want them to succeed. But here's my list of franchises. DC's at the bottom. I still think that they can try, but they're at the bottom. Then Star Wars and Lucasfilm, because I'm so excited for Starfighter that I have high hopes for them. Then Pixar, then Marvel. I have never had DC at the bottom. Maybe. I don't know. It's like, and by the way, I mentioned this a while ago, where I was like, oh, well, Minions, if I had like to rate my excitement based on the side effect movies, I'd have been like a year ago, I would have said to you, Supergirl, Disclosure Day, Minions. Now, it would have been, before seeing all these 3 movies, it would have been Minions first, Disclosure Day, Supergirl. But I mean, Disclosure Day. What I like worse, Disclosure, or what do I like better, Supergirl or Disclosure Day? I mean, it's a tough one. It's a close horse race. I mean, I really don't know. And it just makes me sad to think, like I said, this is the second iteration. Hopefully they can build up momentum. Clayface looks great with Mike Flanagan writing it. But the Lanterns just looks... I don't want to see a Green Lantern true crime show. I want to see a freaking epic movie event. That's making me angry. Where's Batman? But we can't do Batman yet because we got the Matt Reeves Part 2 over here. And I know The Incredible Hulk was the second iteration, but I actually don't mind that movie. And I didn't grow up like seeing the MCU in theaters, so I have a little bit of a different take on the MCU, and I have a big different DC take. I mean, I try to like DC. I love Batman movies. I really enjoyed this one when it came out last year, and I like the Lego Batman movie, and I like the Harley Quinn show, and I like the one that came out last year. Well, Peacemaker Season 1. Love the Suicide Squad. And love Lego DC Supervillains. I think that's a great game. I liked some DC content. I like Birds of Prey. I'd rather watch Birds of Prey over this new Supergirl movie. I want to go do that. I want to go... oh my god. But, anyway, Crime is terrible. Supergirl is a shining light. Lobo doesn't ride a dolphin. He's cool in some certain scenes. So, I just wish, like, you guys gotta let me know. I don't understand... the story-wise, we talk about this in depth in our vlog. I think this is a 1.5 stars on Letterboxd for me. This accumulate that to about, I don't know what that would be out of 10. I mean, a 3, 2.5 stars out of 10. I don't even know, but Jesus, this movie. It didn't make me angry while watching it. Again, I had some fun. But I'm just like, if this is the state of the DC universe, James Gunn needs to, like, either direct everything in the universe because why didn't he authorize Creme to look like the comic books? Like, if he's so into comic books, he would look at that and go, that's not my Creme. Whatever, James. And, I mean, Guardians 3 is, like, I'm warming up to Guardians 3 after this Supergirl movie, and I still have my issues with Guardians 3. So that's sad about this movie. Like, if this is the state of the DC universe, like, he should just... Like, this felt like Craig Gillespie. I like Cruella. I haven't seen anything else by Craig Gillespie, but I, Tonya, and Done Money I've heard good things about, so I don't know what's going on here. I just wanted this movie to be better. It was what I was expecting. So it's a shame. I hope the DC universe can get back up there, but I have higher hopes for Lucasfilm, the other franchises right now, the franchise studios like Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Pixar's look great, doing so good right now, and Marvel. I can't wait for all three of those, but all three of those are doing better than DC, in my opinion. So, do you guys agree with that? Let me know what you thought of the Supergirl, the new 2026 Supergirl film, down in the comment section below. Have you seen it? Were you upset before, like I was, like with the trailers, and just not planning to go see it? Did you see it, and were you still upset after you came out of it? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought, like rating wise of it. Like, was it a 1 out of 5 on Letterboxd like I did? And what else? It would be like a C, like kind of like the first Captain Marvel, but I like the first Captain Marvel more than this. So like a C tier, or like a D tier. This is like a D tier, D plus, C minus, right in between there. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm. Watch the screen. Peace out, everyone.